Alright everybody, we are back with part 2 for Defiance Remastered here, and we are now in chapter 4, so we got the first 3 chapters done. The part was a little bit longer in the beginning, but we got quite a bit done in those. We got all the collectibles thus far and everything. We also got all of our miscellaneous chapter achievements. The one that we aren't focusing on is beating the game in less than 6 hours, because I think with all of the other stuff we wouldn't be able to do that. Especially when it comes into the point where we have to eliminate all possible enemies in specific areas, which I heard those achievements can be a little buggy potentially, so we'll see if we can get those. But we don't have to worry about that until chapter 6. That's when they kind of start. For this chapter, we have 8 collectibles, and we have 2 miscellaneous achievements, one of which is, I mean, they're kind of both going to go hand in hand. We have to get hit into a breakable object still, and then we have to destroy 40 tombstones in this level, which I think there's more than 40 of them, so that shouldn't be that bad. And then in chapter 5, which I'm hoping we can also get to in this part, we have a lot of kill X amount of enemies this specific way achievements, but that we can farm in there, so I'll bring those up when we get close. But yeah, we're Raziel again. He's still trying to fight his way back into the mortal realm. So I think we can just jump right to it. There's actually one of our collectibles, but we can't get it yet. I don't think we really have any attack abilities with Raziel here, other than our standard 3-hit. Get these guys out of the way. He actually came back. Right as he was floating into our mouth. Got a full charge on our Reaver here. So yeah, these are the gravestones that we will have to destroy, but when we're in the spirit realm, nothing can be physically broken like that. So right now we're simply just trying to get out of it. Oh, the bigger guy's devouring, and that's what's happening. They eat each other when they're almost dead. And he's getting them right before he gets into my mouth. Pretty sure this is the way we're supposed to go. Seems like it. These things usually try to stand in our way. The one thing that's actually kind of cool is you can dash cancel, which is something that you normally don't see in a lot of games. Well, a lot of games like this, usually you have to commit to a dodge. With this one, you can actually just interrupt your dodge with an attack.
In this crypt, I discovered ethereal gases rising from the moldering corpse within. As I neared, I felt a distinct spiritual pull, and the closer I approached, the more that pull intensified.
Before we do that, let's eat some of these souls. I don't need the health, but I need to feed it, I think, like 100 times, so. Alright, let's do this. There's also an achievement for realm shifting 50 times.
In the end, it was not difficult. I projected myself down into that tomb and found myself reborn into the material world. It was a loathsome vessel, but with an effort of will, that too could change.
And there we go, he found his way back. I might as well get a charge on this guy.
These gargoyles quickened as I drew near, triggering the door to close. I would need to find some means of approaching the door without being observed.
Well, we don't have that Reaver yet. Dude, this one's being a little annoying. Can't hit it. Alright, there we go. I have to wait for them to do that, like, coil grab. Those ones aren't breakable.
Says she won't go near the place.
I tell you, the pillars are haunted.
Haunted?
I heard a woman's voice talking and moaning, and there was no one there.
How many vampires have you killed? And you can't face down one ghost?
I knew who these were. Vampire hunters, scouring the countryside, destroying what had once been my kind.
My God, what is that? A vampire or a demon?
Where?
Here.
Get him!
Quickly! No mercy.
Can't remember if their mouths move or not in the original. They don't move in this one. Yep, these are the vampire hunters. I'm gonna be dealing with these dudes quite often. Alright, let's get rid of this asshole. He's gonna keep throwing Molotovs at me.
Die, foul beast!
Oh, I don't even have a slam down with him yet.
These were Moebius's hunters, mercenaries enlisted in his crusade to exterminate the vampires. His insignia was unmistakable. But this meant I'd been captive in the Underworld for centuries. I had lost 500 years. Then I knew what ghost it was that haunted the pillars. Ariel, a specter of the murdered Balance Guardian. Perhaps she could provide the answers I sought. But first I would have to find a way out of this cemetery.
Yep, Ariel. We seen her in Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered. Yeah, we gotta break 40 of these things. Let's get to smacking some of these. I don't know why I just hit that.
This temple's facade hinted at some ancient vampire origin, for it bore the sign of the Reaver and was marked with the elemental symbol of light. The mystery of the Reaver might be answered within, but this edifice was too high for me to reach.
The other thing, I gotta at least keep one of these up though, so that I can get hit into it. So I'll leave some of these bigger ones up. Let's see if we can spawn some vampire hunters before I keep smacking some of these. Some of these ones that are kind of off to the side. We can actually get a first collectible here. There's actually more Arcane Tomes in this version than in the original. They added some new ones to make up for the new outfits they added. Here's our next collectible. That's 2 out of 8 for this chapter. But yeah, I'll just put it in the timestamps how many of these you have to break. And then I'll just hit these as I go on.
Another temple, this one marked with the elemental symbol of darkness. This edifice, like the other one, was too high for me to reach.
We're gonna have to get all of our Reavers. Yeah, the reason why I didn't break every tombstone back there is because, like I said, I'm gonna try to get hit into one. So I want some of them to be there because it might make it easier for that to happen. Oh, this actually just loops all the way back. But yeah, the vampire hunters like to put up those circles that they won't let you leave from. So that's why I couldn't do it then.
An ancient gate, sealed by the powers of light and darkness, barred the way to the pillars beyond. To depart this place and continue my journey, I would have to find the means to open it.
Alright, can't go that way. Yeah, the one thing with this version of the game, though, is there's like barely any dead zone settings for the controller, so it's like super sensitive. Like the most light touches actually move things. It'd be nice if they would let you adjust those. This isn't the way that they want you to get up here. I'm just seeing if it actually works. No, they have like a little bit of an invisible wall there, but alright. Just scoped out the area a bit.
Raziel, fallen hero, renegade and traitor.
What is this? How do you know me?
Raziel, what are you? Why should they know your name? You are nothing.
It seemed my method of entering the physical realm was not altogether original. But where had these beings come from?
We got zombies now. There's the slam down. I don't know why it wasn't working before. Alright, they're dead. Yeah, I don't know what kind of moves we have unlocked for Raziel, because I know I can't do some of my normal attacks. They're all locked, so that would explain why. I wasn't sure if we had anything. We are literally level 0. I'm seeing it now on the top right. Alright. I'm used to doing some of the combo moves with Kain. Oh, this guy's actually dead. Yeah, when you have like a charge on your Reaver, you do a little bit more damage. That's why it's nice to have the thing charged. Yeah, we're gonna have to backtrack to this room, because there is another collectible up here. But we can't get it until we get the light Reaver, so that door is sealed for now. there's anything under the water for us right here. There's a checkpoint there, though. We don't have what we need for this yet, though. Here we go. I almost didn't even see it. That was not what I wanted to do. Oh, that's what it meant. Where the prompt showed up, I thought I was supposed to do something else. Alright, there's our shield. Like I said, it has been a bit since I played this game. So I remember aspects of it, but not everything. But yeah, we actually had to move some stuff for Kain in the previous part. Alright, there we go. Reunited with their shield. I was gonna say, this is definitely a combat area. Always hit me out of it. Oh, whoops. Accidentally turned on classic mode. I think the first remaster that did that toggle thing was actually Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, because you could switch between the modes in that. I can't remember if it was at the press of a single button though. Alright, can we actually make this? There we go. More vines. I actually don't know what these things exactly are. They just... This is usually when you get attacked by vines in a game, it's the same type of stuff. So that's how I always just referred to them as.
This edifice, marked with the elemental light symbol, was clearly much older than the ruins in the rest of the cemetery. The door was far too high to reach, and to open it, it seemed the Reaver would need to be imbued with the power of darkness. Clearly, I had more to accomplish before I could discover what lay within.
Where the hell did all these guys come from all of a sudden? go. We've got some like overlapping music right now. Jesus, can you guys give me a sec? Just throwing bombs at me already.
Die, foul beast!
Hey, there we go. We've got a combo move. Hey, we got the quick stabs. There we go. You know, I wonder if I can push them into the fire. Oh, but it doesn't cause immolations. Never mind. Doesn't really matter. Ah, so close. It actually still played the animation. I wonder if that counted. Alright, we're probably going to be on that upper level. Oh, soonish. Usually jumping in the air is the safer way to feed, but they're hitting me out of it. Alright, I think we're gonna finally be able to get our next collectible here.
Destroy it.
This world, Empire.
Oh, I don't want him to be stuck up there. They keep sliding out of that. Alright, let's see if I can get one of them to smash me into a tombstone.
Destroy it.
All those you have killed, die now.
Come on, lady. Alright, I'm gonna have to get rid of these, Molotov dudes, probably. Is there gonna be a problem? Oh, there we go. Perfect. My god, these guys. Keep hitting me out of the air. Also, there's our destroy 40 gravestones, or tombstones. We don't have to worry about that. clearing these guys out. Is she dead? Okay. She kept getting trapped in the air. You know what? I think I do need to be up on that ledge, though. I might have to go around. I just wanted to get that tombstone stuff done. Oh, okay, they knock it down for me here. Oh, I thought she was dead, actually. The reason why I'm fighting them, though, is so I can level them up. Oh, she fell through the map. Alright, she was able to get her way back in. Alright, I think it's nice and quiet now. So yeah, you kind of want to get into the groove of doing that, where you're kind of clearing all the enemies, because in the levels where we have to eliminate a set amount of them, which they don't tell you the amount, it just says as many as possible, you kind of want to backtrack to areas that they did spawn in to kill the ones that you may have previously killed to get it to unlock. From what I was researching, at least, that's what it seemed like you wanted to do. It's also just good for XP. Though if you're going for the in under 6 hour achievement, you probably don't want to do that. Just run past everything that isn't a necessary fight, basically. That combo is still really nice. Especially with a charged Reaver, that just cuts him down right away. Oh, looks like we might be realm shifting here. Oh, it actually lets me up here. Oh, that's right, I can't eat those in the spirit realm. Yeah, for these, those blood ones that we were opening with Kain and everything, we have to consume 75 of those total for the achievement. There's a lot of them throughout the game, so that should be more than doable. Now I was looking around. This is the next collectible chamber. Gotta clear out these enemies first, though. Yeah, it is kind of dark in here, but this climbable wall will lead us to our next collectible. This will be half of them for this chapter once we pick it up. It's another tome. Suppose we can charge up our Reaver while we're over here. It loses charge in the physical realm though, so it's not really gonna matter, but might as well. Yeah, I think we're gonna be getting our Shadow Reaver first, or whatever it's called.
As I stepped through, I felt a sense of displacement, as some arcane sorcery transported me away. This was clearly some ancient ruin of a vampire civilization. Perhaps here I would finally decipher the riddle of my destiny. Throughout these ruins, I found murals depicting the seminal events of vampire history. These scenes commemorated a great war between the ancient vampires and their rivals. In triumph, they banished their adversaries from the world and raised the pillars as the lock that binds them. The image of the Reaver was inscribed throughout this place, always depicted with reverence. The vampire's holy weapon was destined to be borne by their prophesied hero, for whom it was forged. But if this was my destiny, why had the Reaver tried to consume me?
That's the question, I guess. But I wonder if Raziel ever gets sick of time travel. He's always getting slipped through time. It's goddamn ghost blobs, man. Always swarming us.
This scene depicted the appointment of the original vampire guardians, each summoned to serve when the pillars were raised. Each guardian is aligned to the principle of the pillar he serves, and the balance guardian is the axis of them all.
A little bit more about the pillars. You can hear the enemies from up here. What the hell? How did you get up here? Alright, I'm just checking around, see if there's anything we gotta do up here. There is a collectible in these gates usually. This one's gonna be behind a breakable wall on the bottom somewhere. I think that's all we can do up here for now. Clear all these guys out so they're not in the way. Actually, do they just keep spawning? Nah, I think that was the last one. Here's how we get back to the mortal realm. Any other spirits I can feed on really quick? No. Yeah, I don't think you can climb walls in the spirit realm either. Which is actually gonna make one of the achievements a little trickier. I hate when they throw their projectiles at you. It just snipes you out of the air right away. Damn it. Can't even feed. Close quarters ones is a little safer against these guys, otherwise they just snipe you out of the air. Let's wait for him to get to his knees.
At last it was done. The Reaver was forged with darkness. As I felt this new power coursing within the Wraithblade, I knew that now the Light Temple would open to me.
Alright, there we go. They actually show you the breakable wall with the next collectible inside of it. Let's grab this. Now we just gotta get the hell out of here. Yeah, this special ability, you want to use all the special abilities that the Reavers have at least once as well, if you're achievement hunting. But this one gives us like a cloak ability. Alright, let's get back to our portal. After we deal with these guys. The one thing that's nice about Raziel's Reaver, though, specifically, is it'll have like a passive attack when it's fully charged for his special ones. Alright, let's get the cloak used at least once. Hey, here we go. We have the mid-air version now. Forgot how long the cloak lasted in this game. Ooh, this is a problem. I think one of my enemies fell through the map. I wonder if I can find him in the main chamber. Let's go see if he's down here somewhere, because my portal won't activate until I kill him, so I'm kind of just trapped down here now. Actually, never mind. I think I know what I didn't do. These orbs right here. Yeah, I forgot to reactivate the portal. That's my bad. I thought it became reactive once I defeated the enemies. But now we can get out of here. It actually was spawning some of those ghost blob enemies, those purple ones, in really weird spots though when I was roaming around.
At last I had the means to confound those gargoyles in the mausoleum and discover what lay behind that mysterious door.
And we can sneak past those things now. Let's cloak ourselves here. Right. Let's switch our Reaver. Alright, back outside yet again. We're probably going to be more vampire hunters. Grab another one of these. We can't backtrack for that one collectible just yet. We still need the light Reaver in order to do that. Oh great, that someone's powering them up. They always interrupt right at the perfect time. Like, it's right before you would be able to dodge. Alright.
Die, foul beast!
Get some health. Where is the one that's powering them up? There she is. She's on her right. Let's get rid of her.
Wretched vampire.
Actually, there's another one down the hill, too. One less of them. Oh, she's got a shield right now. And this lady's like fully protected. Can't get to her. There we go. No more spells.
For all those you have killed, die now.
They always have an answer for mid-air feeding. Alright, they're both dead. Let's get rid of these two. Oh, that projectile that popped out actually got her too. Alright, finally able to get through here now. This part actually might just be dedicated to this chapter. This is kind of a long one. More of these guys.
This is our world, little demon.
Oh, we actually set him on fire. Did it push him into that one? Seriously? I wouldn't have been able to keep fighting him. We do have to burn like 75 enemies. Oh, he actually died from that. Alright, let's get cloaked here. Alright, I think I'm gonna need to stay in the spirit realm for a little bit for this one. Alright, I think that's all of them. Unless I need to get higher first. Let's see what happens. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna need to be in physical to get to that first, and then go back into spirit. Let's consume that really quick. Now we need a key for that.
Against all odds, I had stumbled into Kain's own mausoleum. This seemed an unlikely coincidence.
Yeah, this is where Kain was buried. It's got a fancy portrait. Looks very different now. In the spirit realm, you can see his vampire version, which is kind of neat. Actually, can we get the next collectible right now, or am I gonna also need... I also need the light Reaver for this one. So we're gonna have to backtrack to this room as well. Oh, I'm not even hitting him. Attacking all at once. I wonder if this Reaver's technically better for combat. It seemed like we were doing much more damage with it when it was charged. We just don't get those shadow strikes with it. Hey, here's a statue of Kain. I don't think there's any secrets in this chamber. There's no collectibles in here, but... Alright, yeah, it doesn't look like any of these other things do anything. many of them are down here. Alright, let's see if we can get this door open. Oh, damn it. I was holding next to move the thing. But he just, it's like an interaction. He actually just pushes it instead. Oh, there's actually spikes right here. I didn't even see those. Could have hit those enemies onto those when we were over here before. Let's move this a little closer to us. Alright, that's as far as we can push it. I don't know if it wants me to go into the spirit realm, but we should be able to make it without doing that. Alright, we're gonna have to power this thing up. Let's grab our gem, and then we're gonna have to break open that one thing. It's almost light Reaver time.
Again, I experienced an odd sense of displacement as I was transported to the vampire ruin once more. But this chamber was different than the first. In their defeat, the vampire's enemy retaliated with a terrible curse, afflicting the vampires with a bloodthirst that turned their once noble race into ravenous predators. This curse plunged the vampires into despair and apparently drove many to madness and self-annihilation. What was it that so devastated them that they were driven to suicide?
Well, I mean, endless bloodthirst is probably one of the things. See a soul thing. Oh, I was hoping I'd be able to go all the way to the ground. Very bright down here. We might want to just charge it up right away. We do have another collectible that's in a similar situation, where it's behind a breakable wall. Actually, no, we can actually just grab this one right away. Thought it was behind a breakable wall, but there it is.
I had succeeded. The Reaver was forged with the power of light, and now my way was clear. I would seek out Ariel at the pillars and see if she could enlighten me.
Yeah, we're gonna have to use this light Reaver kind of often, because it has the ability to blind. Now, these guys are fun. Bait them into attack. Man, even in the air they can hit you with that. I don't think we can blind these guys. Maybe that's why I thought that. I wonder if the door with the Arcane Tome shuts if you spawn the boss before it'll reopen after you defeat him. Right, that's our way out. Was there anything else that I could interact with down here? It's really nice that those things come back. It's gonna make getting 75 of them a lot easier. Yeah, it's weird. My right stick does have like a slight drift to it, but normally in most games I can't tell. But because of the dead zone thing I mentioned earlier, this one it like drifts a lot more. Alright, we gotta actually get our portal open now. The other one looked like it was just right through here. Alright. Now we just gotta get back. Those other two that I hit return to the normal form. You guys stop eating each other? Taking my souls from me.
I have the means now to depart the cemetery. I only needed to find the gate that would send me on my way.
Well, we ran into it before. It was that one that had both the pedestals outside. But we've got some collectibles we gotta backtrack to now. After we get rid of these guys. Another thing good about these enemies is they'll make the Slave 500 enemies a lot easier. These guys travel in pretty big groups. We should actually be able to just float to the Kain mural area again from here. Could be an awkward angle. Yeah, here we go. We're gonna have to use this again. I think I have to be in this realm. I don't think it lets me open it in the spirit realm. Now let's get our light Reaver equipped. Alright, there's that one. Now we have to backtrack to the other area that we were in way before, like really early on in this chapter. Let's pop that one open. It'll probably be faster to just leave the way where that pillar was that we moved. Also, I don't remember this door. But if there's vampire hunters out here, we can also try and blind them. Start getting points towards that. Blind should work on these dudes too. It'll just depend on if I can charge the Reaver up. Keep getting stun locked. I actually need some health though. Doesn't even matter if it's one enemy. We'll just save it. Yeah, we've got some enemies out here. Let's try and push... Okay, I don't know what happened there. I was gonna try and push those dudes up there down. So that I could blind more of them. There's quite a lot of them down here, though. We actually might be able to just get the achievement here. Unless they keep evading me.
Vampire, die, foul beast! Vampire.
I'm gonna need some health. They protect themselves with the shield. They're like immune to everything.
Die, foul beast! Vampire.
They both have shield right now. I wonder if it charges up when we try to hit them even with their shield. It does. So we can do that. Why is it that mage-type enemies are always the most annoying?
All those you have killed, die now!
At least there's one less of them. Alright, no more of them. Alright, that'll cut them down. Now, let me look at the map really quick here. I always press start. Because the place I need to go to, I think, is the southern part of the map. Oh, can it actually be the overview map? Here we go, local map. Yeah, we want to return to this area that is right around here. That's where our collectible is going to be. Should be right through here. Let's keep going this way. Yeah, we must have blinded at least 30 plus enemies, because I don't think it matters if it's the same enemies twice. Alright, this should be our final collectible in this chapter. Now we just gotta make our way to the pillars, which is probably when this chapter ends. So we'll probably just have chapter 4 as one part. Because we're gonna have to do a lot of stuff in, oh, all the enemies came back. We're gonna have to do a lot of stuff in Chapter 5 as well.
Die, foul beast!
I wish there was a way to, like, actually avoid that. Whenever they want to do that area of effect attack, you can't really get far enough away.
In this world, vampire.
Maybe I can blind some more of them. Yeah, they always cast shield whenever I try to hit them up into the air.
All those who die now will die now. You don't belong in this world, vampire.
Let's get some health.
Foul beast. Wretched vampire. For all those you have killed, die now.
Gotta maximize damage on them.
Die, foul beast. Wretched vampire.
God, I'm like a speck away from a Reaver charge.
Die, foul beast.
I'm surprised we haven't blinded 50 of them yet.
For all those you have killed, die now. Die, foul beast.
Yep, naturally pulls the shield up.
Die, foul beast. For all those you have killed, die now. Wretched vampire. Ow! Wretched vampire.
Alright, it's down to these two again. Damn.
Don't belong
Dodged
in
the
this
first
world,
one, instantly
vampire.
pelted by the second. Yeah, see, even if you dodge backwards when they decide to do that, it still gets you. But I always remember these mage ladies being really annoying.
Wretched vampire.
Another one down. Hey, there we go. We got it just from the charged Reaver, so we don't have to worry about blinding them anymore. Once we get the Flame Reaver, the immolations will be a lot easier. Oh, great. There's another one. While she's blind, let's maximize on damage to her. Oh, nice. Got that now. Raziel's catching up to Kain. I guess we can deal with these three. Definitely getting rid of her. Oh, that's fine. I think she's... No, she's not dead. She's just blind. One thing that's nice about that Y attack we just unlocked is just how quickly it can knock them off their feet. Alright, let's move towards our door here. Yeah, right when we got the ability to blind, we already got the achievement. I wish the other ones were kind of that fast.
At last, the gate yielded to the powers of light and darkness with which the Reaver had been forged. The way to the pillars was open.
Alright, we're in Chapter 5 now. The one thing that is kind of strange that I just noticed with the classic Kain... Here, let me get rid of these guys. Oh, geez, they have a spellcaster. The reason why I'm pushing them over here is we can get falling kills. If I can get this guy above. There we go. I might have to repeat that anyways, though, because I think the checkpoints only... Like, if you save the game manually, I think it only saves the most recent checkpoints, so I'm going to have to probably push them off again anyways. But what I was going to say is his chest scar is centered, and on here it's off-center. I can't remember what it looked like in Soul Reaver 2 Remaster, if it was also off-center. But otherwise, this is probably where we'll end Part 2. Chapter 4 is actually kind of a big one. There's a lot of fighting, though. That's one of the things that kind of absorbed the time, which is why we're not targeting the in under 6 hour achievement on this playthrough. It's because we're going to have to do as much fighting as we possibly can do. You'll probably always hit the max level up for each character as you play the game without farming kills, but I'm just basically getting used to the groove of things for when we have to kill all of the enemies in specific areas for those achievements. Like I said, that'll basically start happening from Chapter 6 and then a few other chapters after that. But yeah, Chapter 5, the one we're in right now, this is going to be our farming chapter. So this is the chapter where you can farm knocking enemies off of edges, knocking them into spikes, and drowning them in water. There's the pillars up ahead, which is the area we're going to be moving into, but there's a checkpoint that kind of refreshes the enemy spawn point, similar to how the last level worked with the vampire hunters, and you can kind of keep running around in those areas and doing those specific kill types. So I might take the opportunity to do that in the next part. I'll obviously edit it down, so maybe we won't be in Chapter 5 that long in terms of actual gameplay, and then maybe we can get Chapter 6 done in the next part. The thing with that one, though, is Chapter 6 is going to be, like I said, the one where we have to eliminate all the enemies as much as possible. And that usually seems to include respawning enemies, so it's going to be a weird one. But yeah, there we go. Chapter 4 is done. Raziel finally is kind of catching up to Kain in terms of the level ups that we have for him. And we have the Shadow and Light Reaver now. But it's just a fun game. Some of the enemy types can be really annoying. There's actually an even more annoying one. I think the big brute dudes I remember being kind of a pain because they can easily interrupt your attacks and hit you down to the ground really far. Kind of like that force push that the mage ladies have. But there we go. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody who checks these out as they go live or after they go live. I always appreciate it. And I'll see you in part 3.